Hey there. Yeah, I guess that one's getting a little bit easier for me to do now. Still getting used to it, but there's another one I've been working on. It's the Bach number. Every now and then I can get it. Let's see how I do. Start over. Ah, getting there. Sorry for the delay in posting again. I know I said I was going to try and do it once a week, if not a little bit more. There was a week off in the lessons, and then I took an additional week off. Just couldn't make it to the lesson. And it's probably timely because as I left my last lesson, he had me doing something that when you're driving, when you're learning how to drive, or maybe when you're on the computer, the term multitasking. Well, certainly when you're driving, and I'll share my experience because I'm better driving, I think, than I am on the computer. Um, there's a lot coming at you at once. You're paying attention to your instruments, you're paying attention to the traffic, you're paying attention to what's behind you, what's beside you, you're paying attention to the temperature. Sometimes you're in a conversation, sometimes you're changing the music, but you're doing all of this seamlessly. Well, we're getting to the point now, the last lesson. Great. So far, I've been, picking up the notes, being able to strike them the right note most of the time in the right sequence. But now we're starting to work on tempo, on beat, and so now it's about hitting the stroke or hitting the note on the right tempo or the right beat. And every song has its own beat. And first of all, as I'm learning a song, the last thing I'm thinking about is a tempo or a beat. He promises me that it is going to become second nature. I'm going to stick with it. I'm going to trust him because I have so far, and I'm sure it will. And it becomes more dominant on some songs than other. The song I just finished, the Bach song, I was pretty much keeping the same beat. You probably heard that there were little interruptions as I paused for a second and then tried to get into the same beat. Um, it's kind of a lot like what's going on with us today in our life. News cycles used to be a week, 2 weeks. Um, when you tune into the Sunday evening news, it was because it was a recap of the week. Well, now news cycles are an hour. Do they even last an hour? So there's a lot being thrown at us, and it's unfortunate because I know in my own life and in some of the conversations that I've had around me, um, everyone deals with it differently, and I'm not one, for whatever reason, I can't ignore it. I do pay attention to it. And what's really unfortunate now is it's getting to the point where you don't even know what to believe. And that's a sad part. I grew up when somebody of reputation would say something, I believed it. In some cases, they turned out to not be right or have misled. But I learned that on my own, and that contributed to my becoming an adult, to my judgment, to my decision making ability. But I didn't start out not believing. And unfortunately, now, too many of us, when we hear something, our automatic inclination is, I don't believe it. That's a sad spot that we're in right now. So it's one of the reasons I'm doing this. It's helping me focus on something that is in my control. I believe my teacher when he tells me I am going to be able to learn tempo. Um, and I'm going to stick with it. And I hope whatever you're going through, you stick with what you're going through as well. I can promise you I will be here soon for my next episode, hopefully within a week. And until then, I'll be practicing away and trying to do it at the right beat. And I'll see you next time. And yes, I'll bring my guitar.